Hey there, football fans. It's me, Mike, football fanatic, and let's go over the action that happened over the NFL this past weekend. Like I said, called a few games. Gave my predictions out. The only games, I feel like I only lost on a few of those games. I think I only messed up on Detroit. I picked Detroit over Minnesota. Who would have guessed? They scored 2 special teams touchdowns. Those were obviously the difference in the game for Minnesota over Detroit. St. Louis beat up. They didn't beat up, but they did get a definitive win over their division rivals, Seattle Seahawks. And also the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Giants. I didn't pick that one. I thought the Giants had enough. Thought the Eagles were going to kind of, wade their way through that one and not be able to put up the explosive numbers that I knew the offense of the Giants could put up. I didn't think that Vic could get through the whole game given the Giants pass rush, but he did. He played well. And so, those are my picks. I own up to them, the mistakes that I've made. The Baltimore Ravens barely got by the Cleveland Browns. Trent Richardson is definitely looking like he's going to be an all-pro running back. He's bringing back memories of Jim Brown. The Browns fans got to be happy about that. He's running with power. He's running with speed. He's got good hands. He's got some shiftiness to him. It's a real nice combination back for the Browns, for the Cleveland Browns. They're going to do well building their team around him. If Whedon can, get on track, he had that big game last week, not this past week, but the following week, the previous week, sorry. He did well that game. So let's see if they can continue to build around him. They definitely need some more skill position players around him. He just doesn't have enough to really get going. The defense is holding up their end of the bargain for the most part, but he's got to get somewhere. He's got to get some help. Denver really beat up on Oakland. Oakland could only put up 6 points to Denver's 37. So Peyton Manning's definitely on his way back. His first 300-yard game with the Broncos is definitely looking, shades of old Peyton Manning. Jets just got trounced by San Francisco. It just didn't look good. Mark Sanchez looked really bad, and Rex Ryan was right. They got their ass kicked. They got beat up on really bad by a San Francisco team that I expected to win that game, but in the fashion they did it. Strong, steady offense. Not a crazy amount of offense. Alex Smith didn't blow me out of the water. Vernon Davis mostly held in check for the entire game. But the running game was solid, and the defense was just suffocating. Jets could not do anything, and now with the breaking news, I'm bringing it to you tonight. I already posted it on Football Fanatic, my Facebook page, but I'm bringing it to you tonight in video. In case you're not liking this on Facebook, you should be at facebook.com/footballfanatic. If San Antonio Holmes almost certainly will be out the rest of the year with a Lindsfrack injury to his foot. It really kills the Jets because they don't have a lot of skill, explosion on offense. They got Dustin Keller at tight end. They've got Stephen Hill, the rookie, at one receiver spot, and Jeremy Curley at one of the slot positions. It's going to be real hard for them to fill that other wide receiver, the outside position for them. Someone with enough skill, someone with enough explosion to them to really help Mark Sanchez out. Washington battles back quickly to beat Tampa Bay. And to wrap this all up, let's talk about the Chicago and the Dallas game last night. Dallas came out and they hung well with. Dallas totally hung well with Chicago for a while. At the half, going in, it's 10-3. Dallas has got a field goal, and the only touchdown is a pick 6 for Chicago. So, in your mind, if you're watching the game, if you're taking stock of everything you're seeing, Chicago hasn't put up a touchdown offensively. You take away that, it's 3-3 ball game going into the half. And you've got to think the Cowboys have been able to move the ball against the Chicago defense. They should be able to really, get some points on the board. They should be able to push, score some points, and then lock it down on defense. Force Jay Cutler to throw the ball all over the place and, make bad Jay Cutler show up. But you know what? Second half comes around and bad Tony Romo shows up. And it wasn't even that the Cowboys were forcing the Bears to throw all over and they were getting bad passes. They weren't forcing the Bears to pass. The Bears wanted to pass, and they were throwing the ball all over the place, getting it out. Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Sounsenbacher got one. Davis, the tight end, had that great catch. The Bears chose to throw the football, and when they had to, they ran the football with Matt Forte a little dinged up. I think they wanted to dial it back a little bit. They didn't want to rush him too much in a game that they felt they could win throwing the ball, and they could. Morris Claiborne played well in the first, but the secondary just kind of broke down in the second half. Coupled that with 5 picks, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns by Tony Romo, and you can't really blame this one on the defense. I mean, they were out there doing the best they can, but when you turn it over 5 times, you don't give yourself a chance. You turn it over 3 times, you really, really hurt yourself to, you hurt your chances to win the game. You turn it over 5 times, you've put the last nail in your own coffin. Alright guys, so we're looking forward to next week's action. I'll be posting another video on Wednesday evening, it's just tomorrow evening, to pick my picks. It'll most likely be up Thursday morning before the start of any college or NFL games happen. That way, my picks are legit. I'm not getting a gimme in there, a little, mulligan. So let me know, what you guys thought of the action over the weekend. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I talked about, and give me some topics to talk about, because it's getting really lonely here. I'm talking to you, camera, and I can see myself. It's getting a little lonely. So let me know what you guys think. Check back in with you guys at a different time, probably Thursday morning. Alright, this is Football Fanatic. Peace out. Bye.